My fellow flames, welcome back to another video. My name is Amethyst and today we're going to be discussing how 3.0 is going to revolutionize the gacha scene, how Kuro Games have actually broke away from the mold, how they've basically broken free from that shell that is your typical average gacha, how they are probably one of the least predatory gacha games out there, and how this game is going to continue to evolve as the game's lifespan continues. Wuthering Waves in Kuro Games is arguably one of the best gacha games to play at the moment. It's arguably one of the most free-to-play friendly gacha games to play at the moment, and this is the best time to jump in and play Wuthering Waves at this present moment. Wuthering Waves is in the best state, or at least it's about to be in the best state and the best quality state it's ever been in since, I'd say, 2.0. Since 2.0, when 2.0 launched on January 2nd this year, it changed the game. And now, with the release of 3.0, Hyroy, things are about to get even more interesting. Things are about to get even more exciting. Things are about to get even more insane. They have done so many quality of life changes to 3.0 for when it launches. They have added so many amazing things going into 3.0 for both veteran players and for new players. This game is going to be absolutely amazing when 3.0 commences on Christmas Day. Now, I don't agree with the release day, because I know in the eastern part of the world, Christmas isn't as big of a celebration as it is over here in the West. A lot of people are not going to be able to play the game on launch day because they're going to be very busy with family, friends, doing activities with family members, because Christmas is a very big celebration worldwide, but more primarily in the western part of the world. As far as I know, based on my knowledge from what I've been told and from what I've seen on the eastern part of the world, Christmas is present, but it's not a big, huge celebration. But correct me down below in the comments if I am wrong. Now, Wuthering Waves 3.0 is giving us so much to deal with, so much to do, so much to sink our teeth into, so much to enjoy, so much to indulge in. Not only are we getting, arguably, probably by the looks of things, one of the biggest regions in Wuthering Waves, period, we are also getting so many new fun and exciting things with Hyroy's region. We're getting the new bike mechanic, which, I'm sorry, if you're a fan of flight, being a fan of flight is great, but the bikes look so much more fun. They've added stunt trails, roads, so many amazing things when it comes down to the bike. Customization for the bike. Come on in, buddy. Customization for the bike. There's so much, I know. Even my cat here, my buddy boy, is excited. You can see him and hear him meowing. Look how happy he is. Hello. Sorry, I digress. Yeah, they're adding so many new things when it comes down to this new traversal mechanic being the motorbike. I cannot wait to dive into it. I cannot wait to customize my very own motorcycle. I'm going to be playing so much multiplayer with friends because I want to see what their motorbike looks like. I want to do stunts with my friends. I want to have so much dumb fun stuff in this game. There's going to be so much dumb fun videos, dumb fun content, so many dumb and fun ideas when it comes down to the free roam in this game. This region looks amazing. There seems to be 4 biomes. You've got the main biome, which is very green, luxurious, very luscious, very much alive. You've got the desert area, which is where you saw that massive devil serpent, that sand devil serpent that Rover was biking alongside with. And you've also got the space station area, which is insane to me because it looks like they're teasing galactic travel, space and space travel, which is probably going to be a little bit more down the line, but the fact that they're teasing it now is very exciting. And you've also got the Pikmin forest area, which looks so amazing. That's where the side-scrolling parts are going to be. It looks absolutely amazing. And the best part about the environments, they're changeable. So there is an activity, which is probably going to be an adventure quest where you change a part of the map once you've done it. There is an adventure quest where you're able to actually change the environment from sunny to cloudy to rainy, and depending on the environment you choose, it's going to impact the world around you. For example, we actually saw an example in the live stream. If you change it to torrential rain, rivers begin to grow. Rivers begin to, like, the water level begins to rise, and it's probably going to change how you traverse the map. they have outdone themselves when it comes to 3.0. They've got the new regions, they've got the torrential rain and the biomes and the weather forecast changing, which is really cool. There's so many parts and so many biomes within this new region. The motorcycle is going to be really fun. The story looks very interesting and seems to be very interesting. I'm excited to see where this game goes in regard to the story. I'm very much excited. I'm probably going to play the game on launch because I kind of need to, because it's kind of a tradition for me to play the story for you guys early, so that way you guys get to see my reaction. I'll probably play the 2 to 3 hour story, then I'll upload that, then I'll do the rest of the content after Christmas when everything has settled down. We also have so much more to discuss. For instance, one of the biggest things people are discussing are how many characters are returning on the banners. There's so many characters returning when 3.0 launches. You've got Cartathea, you've got Chiacona, you've got Augusta, and you've got Yuno. All 4 of those characters are also making a return alongside the 2 brand new 5-star characters, Lene and Mornier. Now, Mornier is my primary character that I'm going to be summoning for, but Lene does look good. The animations for both of these brand new characters look absolutely insane. And speaking of one of these brand new resonators, Lene has 2 different fighting combat styles. Yes, they have announced that going forward, there's going to be many different combat styles when it comes to Wuthering Waves characters going forward. This is exciting. This is so exciting because this is adding even more depth to the gameplay, even more depth to combat, even more depth to what Wuthering Waves has to offer, and the potential of the Wuthering Waves combat and gameplay. You know, they're adding that new mechanic where it's where you build up a certain bar and then you can counter. I forgot the name of it. Forgive me. I've forgotten the name of the new mechanic. But a new combat mechanic, which is going to play heavily not only into the brand new region, but every single character since 1.0 is going to be getting this new mechanic into their kits, which is going to enable people and to basically play with their old characters again, to join in the fun with their old 1.x and some of the 2.x characters if they so desire. 2 new Sonata effects, which is also going to buff older characters as well as buff the new characters. I cannot wait to dive into 3.0. It's going to be absolutely insane. Events. Remember when people were dying of the event drought? Remember the event drought since 2.6? 2.6 was the last big patch that had lots of events. Well, I got news for you. We are going into 3.0 with an abundance and a variety of both new and old reoccurring events. I cannot wait for the content that's going to be available to us when Wuthering Waves 3.0 drops on the 25th of December. It's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. I honestly cannot wait. It's going to be so fun. There's so much content to dive in and enjoy. There's so much content to dive in and enjoy. I've only scratched the surface. There was so many things announced in this live stream. I can't even think off the top of my head what else we got. We got so much. We got so much. They've added so many quality of life changes in terms of not only over the overall gameplay, but also how you're going to be able to navigate your menus, how you're going to be able to navigate your echoes. Speaking of echoes, the brand new echoes look absolutely insane. What in the Horizon Zero Dawn have they cooked up? It looks insane, and you better believe it's going to get even better. Some of these new echoes just look so creative. There's even like the Phantom versions look like Mega Man, some of them like Power Rangers. There's a new mech that's coming into it. Like there's a new Threnodium, which is the reason why the storm has been surrounding Hyroy, which is also the reason why the Fractidus have gone to Hyroy. Obviously, as we know, the Fractidus uses the Threnodian's powers. We know this because they used Leviathan's power in Renacita and Septimont. They are going to Hyroy, I presume, to do the same thing, use the power of the Threnodian and use the power of the Sentinel there. By the way, the new mech, the Strider, whatever, the Exo Strider, whatever they call it, that's probably going to be the Sentinel of Hyroy, or the equivalent of that level of power. You know, for all we know, Rover is the one that created the Exo Strider. We know Rover attended the college in Hyroy, and he's probably, or slash she, they are probably the people that created the Exostrider to protect Hyroy from that region's Threnodium. That's probably where we're going to be going. And it's all going to connect to the new pink-haired resonator they teased. That new pink-haired resonator is obviously going to be the Carter Thea equivalent for the 3.x story. She's going to be connected to the mech. She probably is the spirit of the mech. Don't forget, we are the only ones that can see this character. So she's either going to be the Sentinel's resonator, similar to Carter Thea, similar to all of these other important characters we've seen over the years. She's probably going to be the equivalent to that. But also at the same time, for all we know, she could be the spirit of the Sentinel. She could be the life essence that powers this mech. And you better believe we're going to be getting some Darling in the Franxx Easter eggs. If you've seen Darling in the Franxx, which I know a lot of you have, most likely, you are going to thoroughly, most likely, enjoy the story that is going to be given to us going forward. 3.0 is going to be absolutely insane. They are giving us so many amazing and interesting lore points. They're giving us so many interesting and amazing things to dive and explore and enjoy. And it's going to be absolutely insane. Honestly, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for 3.0 to launch. To be honest, it's going to be something to really thoroughly enjoy. I think this could be the best update and the best patch Wuthering Waves has ever released. I'm not going to lie to you. I do honestly think that's probably where it's going to be going. There's so much to do and enjoy. I believe this is going to be the biggest map in Wuthering Waves history. I believe this is probably the reason why 2.8 and 2.7 wasn't as focused on. 2.7 had the best story in Wuthering Waves to date, but in terms of combat events and events overall, it was very bare, it was bland, it was a barren wasteland. 2.8 was very similar. There was a couple of events to do, but I think overall they were focusing on what 3.0 was. And I think they spoke a while ago, a long time ago. They were saying that basically the next regions are always 8 to 12 months in advance starting. So it's in development up to a year before it's even released. So Hyroy has been in development since the release of 2.0. To be honest, like the concepts have been pre 2.0 and the official development probably started during 2.0's release. We know this because they've actually said development is, I think, 8 to 12 months in advance. And since Kuro Games are getting more and more and more money, and since Kuro Games are becoming more and more of a well-known company, and since Wuthering Waves as a game is getting bigger and bigger and bigger with every passing patch, it means higher budget, which means they can hire more crew, which means they can advance on the updates faster and giving us more quality and quantity of content. Now, speaking of Wuthering Waves, it won the Player's Voice Award at the TGAs. I streamed it. It was a great time. Thank you to each and every person that attended the stream with me. It was so fun. It was so enjoyable. We had a great time over there. If you haven't seen it, go watch the video. It's up on YouTube. It's there. It's available for you to watch if you want to see my reaction to everything that happened during the TGAs. This award is controversial. It's very controversial. I'm glad Wuthering Waves won, because we're getting 2 free 10 pulls from this award. They are distributing, well, it's out now. If you log into the game now, if you haven't already, there is a 10 pull waiting for you to claim within Astrites. 1600 Astrites, 10 pull is waiting for you to claim in the mailbox. And another 10 pull is going to be able for you to log in and claim on the release day of Wuthering Waves. And that's not even including the events and the logging events that we already have in Wuthering Waves. So I think bare minimum, just for logging in and playing the game, we're looking at about 40 to 50 pulls. That's without playing the events. So you're most likely guaranteed a 5-star during this patch if you play it consistently throughout 3.0. And there's so many resonators and so many things for you to summon for. It's a good time to get involved. Speaking of new things, there are new weapons, new standard 5-star weapons going in to Wuthering Waves. Yes, they're adding more 5-star premium weapons to the standard banner alongside the 5-star standard weapons we already have available to summon, which is huge. Last patch we got new battle pass weapons. This patch we're getting new summonable 5-star weapons. It's good. This is such a good thing for Wuthering Waves. It's such a big deal because it means more free-to-play players are going to be able to enjoy, indulge, and explore in different combat builds and different ways to improve their characters, pre-existing or new characters going forward. Also, collabs. They literally just slid this in there. There's a Sega collab. There's a Sonic the Hedgehog and Persona collab happening when it comes down to customizing your bike. There is a Sonic the Hedgehog livery. There's a Sonic the Hedgehog emblem. And there's a Persona 3 and a Persona 5 cosmetic item in there as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Persona characters going forward. Is this them teasing actual characters from both of these universes going forward? Who knows? We've got the Cyberpunk 2077, Cyberpunk Edge Runners collab happening, most likely on the anniversary of Wuthering Waves, which is very, very exciting, which a lot of people, including myself, are excited for. This is going to be a huge deal for Wuthering Waves. This 3.x is going to really elevate and set the scales, set the stage for gacha games going forward. Okay, this is like I said, probably the best the game's ever been in. Best state the game's ever been in, and it's only going to get better. I'm not going to talk of too much else because off the top of my head, unless I have a really hard think, I don't think I can remember anything else. There's lots more though. I only really scratched the surface of what they revealed. There's so many more things coming in 3.0. I cannot wait. We're getting new Sonata effects, we're getting new combat mechanics, we're getting loads of resonators releasing, including the 2 brand new ones for phase 1 and 2. Obviously, Hyroy is huge. There's so many features happening in Hyroy, so many lore tidbits happening in Hyroy. The story looks absolutely incredible. The events look abundant. There's an abundance of events and quests. We've got the motorcycle. There's just so much. There's so much going into 3.0, and I think this is going to change everything. Yes, 3.0 changes everything. But I just wanted to basically give my overarching thoughts on the release of 3.0. It's not an in-depth review, it's not an in-depth breaking down, but there's a lot to go over and a lot to do, and I'm going to be covering all of this leading up to 3.0, and also when 3.0 releases, there's going to be an abundance of content for you to enjoy. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed my yap session. Hopefully you enjoyed my company today in today's video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. We are approaching 10,000 subscribers, and I believe with your help, with your support, we can get there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you on the next one. Take it easy and have a good rest of your day.